What's up, guys? What's up? This is Big Mike. I actually saw something about this last night, man, but at first it was on a website that was not exactly reputable, so I was getting tired anyway, so I just said, fuck it. But I saw more reputable articles about this, and that's what I'm talking about on ESPN First Take, so I'm going to talk about it. And then I don't usually watch ESPN First Take, but I watched it today. And they're talking about an article from a New York Daily News reporter named Frank Isola, who states that LeBron James is requesting that the Cleveland Cavaliers make a trade for Carmelo Anthony, even if that means trading Kevin Love. LeBron James immediately, or nearly immediately, said that the report and the reporter are trash, and that there's no truth to the article. Kevin Love even said something about, well, this is bullshit, whatever. I guess I have to side with LeBron. I mean, if he says that he didn't say it, then I have to agree with him. I mean, I can't just call the man a liar with no evidence. I do like this more aggressive, generally speaking. I didn't like his attacks toward Barker. I thought it was too personal. But I do like this more aggressive, straightforward, let's politically correct LeBron James. There's a but coming. But he has been the most vocal about making changes to the team, man. Ever since that ass whooping bestowed upon them by the Golden State Warriors a couple of weeks ago, he's been very vocal about the team needs to make major upgrades. Now, the team did lose some key players. Let's be fair. They did lose Timothy Mozgov, and they did lose Matthew Dellavedova, all right? Mozgov signed that huge-ass contract with the Lakers, and he's, been MIA since, and Dellavedova's with the Milwaukee Bucks. And even though their record is about 500 or so, they are a better team than they were just last year. And I think really they missed Dellavedova. But they missed Mozgov's presence down low, too. I mean, you can't teach size, and Mozgov's, 7'3", 7'2"? The team is a little bit weak when it comes to their depth, but I kind of agree with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman with their assertion that it's debatable right now at this stage of their careers who's better, Carmelo Anthony or Kevin Love. As you look at the trajectory, Anthony could just become... I mean, Anthony's already declined a bit already as a player, as opposed to his prime, which was a couple of years ago. And with trajectory, it's just going to go down. All right? Yes, Kevin Love did struggle. He struggled in the finals. He did. But Kevin Love looks much better this year. He's more integrated into the offense. He looks more comfortable in the offense. If you guys remember, it took a while for Chris Bosh to start playing better with the Miami Heat. Your selective short-term memory fuckwits you. It took a while for Chris Bosh. I'm not talking to you mostly. I'm talking to critics and shit. Chris Bosh took a while. It took about 3 years for him to look better with the Miami Heat. This is his third year. Love looks better. Ironically, the report comes out when Kevin Love has one of the best games of the season for him individually in a 140-135 overtime victory over the Washington Wizards, ending the Wizards. I'm getting this from 93 Sports News. Shout out to you, because I saw your video talking about this. Ending the Wizards, 17-game home winning streak. Kevin Love had 39 points, including 6 three-pointers. I believe he hit a big three-pointer near the end of regulation, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. I didn't see it, but I read a little bit about it. I don't think you make that trade, man. With a guy like Carmelo, who's nearly 33 years old, no. I remember Mitch Richmond was an all-star for several years with the Sacramento Kings. They sucked. He had no help, right? But they were a very entertaining team to watch only because of him at times. and also to an extent Walt Williams. I remember the Wizard, and they made a trade. He was part of that trade where Chris Webber went from the Wizards to the Kings, and vis-a-vis, Mitch Richmond went from the Kings to the Wizards. And of course, the Kings won that trade because Mitch Richmond had been a 23 to 26 point per game guy and an all-star for several years with the Kings. And all of a sudden, at about age 33 to 34, he lost a step. He wasn't the same guy anymore. He went from being a 25 point per game guy, or more or less, to a 17 point per game guy, more or less. Wasn't quite the same player. And I suspect that what happened with Carmelo Anthony. And I don't even think he fits this team anyway. I just don't. I mean, you say you want a playmaker, but then you bring an ISO guy. I mean, you bring in the the king of ISO. I mean, I just don't think Carmelo fits that team, man. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe Carmelo's willing to make some significant changes to how he approaches the game offensively, but I doubt that. I mean, he's been playing the same way for so long. But who knows, man? You never know. Earl Monroe, when he went to the Knicks, made significant changes to how he approached the game offensively, and that worked for the Knicks. They won 2 championships. Matter of fact, they won 2 championships in 3 seasons, well, 4 seasons. So you don't know. I mean, I don't think it will work. Do you guys think that this trade would work? First of all, would this trade work? Would you make this trade? And do you think that LeBron James said anything, or do you think it's just a big lie, this whole report? Tell me what you guys think.